Okay, so you've seen the term everywhere, right? Billboards, TV commercials, personal injury lawyer. But what do they actually do? I mean, what happens when the unexpected hits and you're the one left dealing with everything? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down in this explainer.
Boom, an accident happens.
Just like that.
It could be a car crash, a slip at the store, anything. And in that moment, everything just turns into chaos, right? You're confused, you're hurt, and you have no idea what to do next.
And suddenly your life is just turned upside down. You've got medical bills stacking up, you can't go to work, so there's no money coming in, and on top of all the physical pain, the stress, mentally, financially, it can be absolutely crushing.
And then the phone rings. It's the insurance company. They might sound super friendly, super helpful, but you've got to remember, their #1 job is to protect their company's bottom line. That can mean anything from trying to pin the blame on you, to offering you a quick lowball settlement, to just make it all go away. This right here, this is a huge moment, and having an expert in your corner can change everything.
And that's where a personal injury lawyer comes in. But don't just think of them as a lawyer. Think of them as your advocate, your guide. They're the one who knows how to navigate this whole complicated mess when you're feeling completely vulnerable.
So what's their game plan? What do they actually do? Well, first they go into full-on detective mode. They investigate the whole incident, figuring out every single person or company that might be at fault. Then they start building your case, pulling together all the evidence, the medical records, talking to experts, everything they need to prove what happened. And here's the best part, they manage all the complicated legal stuff, all the phone calls, the mountains of paperwork. They take that entire weight off your shoulders. After that, they go to bat for you, negotiating to get you a fair settlement. And if the other side just won't play fair, well, they're not afraid to take the fight to trial.
You see, it's about more than just the money. It's about the human side of it. I mean, listen to what one client, Mallory Carpenter, said. A good team makes the whole thing feel stress-free and smooth. That's what it's all about, really. Their job is to bring a sense of order back into your life when everything feels chaotic.
Okay, but here's the thing. It's not just what these lawyers do, it's how they do it that really matters. The best firms aren't just sitting back and waiting for things to happen. No, they have a proactive approach. They're all about caring for their clients and fighting aggressively for them.
And this really says it all. When you walk into our doors, you are family. That's a powerful idea, isn't it? It means you're not just another case number on a file. It's about recognizing that you're a real person who's going through something tough, and you deserve to be treated with compassion.
So how does that family philosophy actually work in practice? Well, it boils down to 2 huge promises. First, personal attention. Some firms actually limit the number of cases they take on. Why? So they can give your case the time and energy it really deserves. And that leads directly to the second promise, being aggressive and proactive. Because they're not juggling a million cases, they can jump on yours right away, launching a full investigation and building a super strong claim from day one.
All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room, money. How in the world can you afford a lawyer when you're already stressed about bills? This is a huge misconception. Most personal injury lawyers work on what's called a contingency fee basis. And what that means is actually pretty amazing. You don't pay them a single dime unless they win your case. Seriously. No upfront costs, no hidden fees. It levels the playing field, making sure everyone has access to justice. So we've talked about the philosophy, but what about the results? Let's get into the real-world impact and look at some actual cases.
And when we talk about personal injury, it's not just car and truck accidents. The range is way bigger than you might think. We're talking about slip and falls, medical malpractice, workplace injuries, dog bites, even the most heartbreaking cases like wrongful death.
So what does getting compensation actually look like? Let's look at some real numbers. How about this? $2 million. That was for a client with severe neck and back injuries after a collision with a commercial truck. Or this one, $1.25 million. This was for someone who had their leg fractured in a crash and needed surgery. These aren't just random numbers on a screen. For the people involved, this is a lifeline. It's what allows them to start rebuilding.
And it's not always about 7-figure settlements either. Take this case, $450,000 for a person who was just walking through a parking lot when they were struck and hurt their shoulder.
See, every single case is unique, and the goal is always the same, to get fair compensation for the specific harm that was done to you. So what is all that money for? What does it cover? Well, a big part of it is for the obvious stuff, right? Your medical bills, both now and any you'll have in the future. And all the money you lost from not being able to work. But it's also for something that's harder to put a price on, your pain and suffering. And in the absolute worst-case scenarios, wrongful death cases, it helps families with things like funeral costs.
And all of this, all the investigation, the negotiation, the fighting, it all leads to one ultimate goal. Because while we talk a lot about money, the real point of all this is to make way for something far more important.
And here it is. This is the main takeaway. The whole reason you hire an advocate is so you can hand off all that stress, all that paperwork, all that fighting to them. They handle the legal maze so that you can focus 100% of your energy on the only thing that really matters, your recovery, getting better.
So, we'll just leave you with this thought. Life throws curveballs. Accidents happen when we least expect them. And when they do, the big question is, who's in your corner? Who's going to fight for you? It's definitely something worth thinking about.